Well, Snow White gets even worse. Just by the way, ladies and gents, if you didn't know, Snow White, yeah, no more dwarves. Pretty woke, because Peter Dinklage came out and was like, no, you this is backwards. You shouldn't have dwarfs playing dwarfs. Right, okay, we just robbed a bunch of dwarfs of a job, you butthole. But it's way worse than that now. Not only the fact, of course, Snow White, complexion was supposed to be white as snow, and is now played by Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler has now confirmed that the upcoming live-action Disney film will be changing the meaning of the fairest of them all, which I always thought was quite funny, because you've got Gal Gadot playing the evil queen, saying, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Well, obviously you, Gal. But very clearly, between you and you, who would I want to put my pork sword in? Well, obviously you. Yes, I'm being very, very crass. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, but so they're changing it, so it doesn't really matter. So that's how they're getting around it, because they're like, yeah, we shouldn't have hired Gal. She's stunning. Rachel Zegler, yeah, she's definitely not the fairest. It's different meaning now. Fuck's sake. And the thing is, we'll watch something in a minute. Rachel Zegler comes across as the most unlikable person as well, just as an FYI. And Gal, you should have got out of this movie, because it's going to ruin your reputation. But Rachel Zegler doesn't have a reputation. It's a bad one, whatever it does have. But it's just going to get worse. She comes across incredibly unlikable, just as an FYI. So let's take a look at Snow White getting even woker. So in the original animated film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, the meaning of the fairest of them all is obviously, to do with Snow White's beauty. Film opens up with images from a storybook that read, once upon a time, there lived a lovely little princess named Snow White. Her vain and wicked stepmother, the queen, feared that someday Snow White's beauty would surpass her own, so she dressed the little princess in rags and forced her to work as a scullery maid. The opening then continues as each day the vain queen consulted her magic mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. And as long as the mirror answered, you are the fairest one and all, Snow White was safe from the queen's cruel jealousy. As the film continued, the magic mirror eventually revealed that Snow White was indeed the fairest of them all. Well, it's not happening, is it? Come on. And then the evil queen sets about destroying her. First tasking the huntsman killing her, later attempting to poison her with an apple. So the clear definition of the fairest of them all, as shown in the original animated classic, will no longer be the definition in the upcoming live action, as Zegler explained to Entertainment Weekly following an appearance at D23 in September of 2021. But it's just doing the rounds again, basically. So, let's have a look. Oh, God. She's so unlikable, just as an FYI. Oh, hold on. Let me turn this up for you. So, she's just so incredibly unlikable. Like, genuinely unlikable.
Cameron, I was like, Gal's mad. it was
Yeah.
so, but then you were FaceTiming your kids right after,
Yeah.
being like, hey, you're so much. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Do you want to start?
I mean, yeah, sure. I
White?
had no idea what I was auditioning for when I auditioned.
Ugh.
I did one more screen test, and then it was just so
Movie, I was all in already. Anything else I've ever done, and to be able to dance, and incredible process for me, and I can't.
So, here it is. And look how incredibly unlikable she is.
Amazing to work with her as well.
The reality is that the cartoon was made 85 years ago, and therefore it's extremely dated when it comes to the ideas of women being in roles of power and what a woman is fit for in the world. And so when we came to reimagining the actual role of Snow White, it became about the fairest of them all, meaning who is the most just and who can become a fantastic leader. And the reality is, Snow White has to learn a lot of lessons about coming into her own power before she can come into power over a kingdom.
Also, the fact that she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's the proactive one, and she's the one who set the terms, is what makes it so relevant to where we are today.
That's right, guys. You don't need saving. That makes it relevant. And all those crazy fucking cat ladies. No worries, mate. So incredibly unlikable, this actress, honestly. So ironically, earlier in the interview, Entertainment Weekly, Zegler admitted to not having watched the film since she was a child. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and never picked it up again. I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then went on the ride at Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. I was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the time I was probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. Wow. I just don't get it. I don't understand this attitude. So Zegler previously teased at this change in definition while speaking with Variety at D23 as well. When asked why she described the film as a modern edge, she explained, I just mean it's no longer 1937 and we absolutely wrote a Snow White. She's not going to be saved by the prince. Look how unlikable she is.
Crying on that stage.
When am I not crying in public? It's so upsetting.
Why were you crying?
Oh my gosh, I saw the well, we didn't even see.
Overwhelming.
We didn't even see,
It's
but I saw the
overwhelming.
logo and I went, that's my name. Snow White's up there, and I cried my eyes out.
What was it like seeing yourself for the first time in full Snow White drag?
I love that description. It's perfect. Oh my god, well, when you get to wear Sandy Powell, first of all, insane. And then you get to be lit by Mandy Walker and Nadia Stacey designed your hair and makeup. It's like the most incredible thing in the world. And then all of a sudden you open your eyes and you watch the playback, which I never do. And I saw it, my action was insane. We didn't even see
Yourself as the evil queen for the first time.
We did not see an amazing crew. I must say that was incredible because all of that, and whereas I got to play something that I used to.
Bringing them.
and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not gonna be
1937.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so...
Oh my god, what a pile of shite. What is wrong with being in love? I think love is more powerful than... This is essentially just someone having an ego. I deserve to be queen, essentially. I'm powerful. I'm just. I'm going to rule. So what's wrong with being in... Love's more powerful than that. Fuck this film. Honestly, Snow Woke. Snow Woke and the Seven Bandits. Oh my god. It's so bad. This film is going to bomb massively. Disney... Oh, this is straight to Disney Plus. It looks straight to Disney Plus. You've even pissed off a bunch of dwarfs. I know, which sounds like the start of a joke, but you have. Like, you've got, what was it, Hornswoggle, the WWE guy, ranting about you guys. Like, you're a joke. Snow Woke and the Seven Bandits.